This spring, transform your outdoor space into a regular gathering place for you and your loved ones with help from Ashley. Whether you're into wicker, teak, or driftwood-inspired furniture, we've got the look you're going for. Add in accessories like string lights and beverage tubs to take your patio party from basic to curated, and enjoy cozy evening vibes with a new fire pit. Visit Ashley.com or stop by your local store and find affordable pricing and expert support today. Shop and save today, only at Ashley.
This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 2122, Mind Body 101, 6 Key Concepts by Jillian Teta with JillFit.com. And I'm Dr. Neil Malik, your host and narrator. Hey there, happy middle of the week Wednesday, and welcome back to Optimal Health Daily, where I simply read to you from the best health and fitness blogs for free. And on Fridays, I answer your questions. You can send one in at oldpodcast.com/ask, or just send an email to health@oldpodcast.com. Now it's Wednesday, and like I do every Wednesday, I like to share a little bit of inspiration with you. So here we go. Quote, "With the new day comes new strength and new thoughts." Eleanor Roosevelt. Now, sometimes the inspirational quotes I happen to find are a perfect complement to the article I read for that day. And today is one of those days. You'll see what I mean in a second. So with that, let's get right to today's post and start optimizing your life. Mind Body 101, 6 Key Concepts by Jillian Teta with JillFit.com. Today, I wanted to break down for you, in a hopefully simple way, some of the mental and emotional concepts of body change here at Jill Fit. Any type of change, most particularly body change, begins and ends in the mind. We can have the best information, the greatest nutritional plan uniquely tailored to us, the most positive and inspirational coach. Yet if we don't have our mental ducks in a row, what will those things be worth? So here are 6 key concepts to help you on your fat loss journey and to guide you through the mental and emotional aspects of body change. 1. Control versus discipline. We all know that willpower and self-control are a limited commodity, right? We do so well at sticking to a plan for however long, and then that day happens, the day where we are tired or hungry or crabby, then we slip and have something that's right in front of us, and then we feel badly and have some more, then we are well on our way to a binge/falling off the wagon. Control is the epitome of the all or nothing black and white mentality. Control is an illusion. Yep, I said that control is an illusion. Do you control the sun rising and setting? How about the rain? Do you control your heart rate, your lungs, the speed at which your muscles fire? Do the plants need your permission to grow? Can you control what other people do or think or say? No. The truth is, when we get into the nitty-gritty of it, we have control over very little. Sure, we have influence over things, but control? It seems we can't even control our thoughts as they drift through our minds. Discipline, however, is a totally different animal. Discipline is the conscious application of choice over and over. Discipline is far more abundant than self-control. When we are aligned with our goals and living in a way that is ultimately sustainable, and we are making choices regarding food, training, relationships, stress, and sleep, that is discipline. In this way, we live a life that will not lead to the loss of self-control. 2. Self-responsibility versus blaming ourselves. Self-responsibility is not the same thing as assuming blame or shame. If you acknowledge an action, emotion, situation, relationship, or anything that is something you want to work on or something that you are not happy with, that does not make you a bad person, nor does it mean you should be ashamed. Self-responsibility is you taking ownership and acknowledgement of the many facets, past and present, that make you up. It's not a tool to beat yourself up. When we take self-responsibility, we can look for the lessons and solutions, which is infinitely more powerful and productive than beating ourselves up. 3. Acceptance versus defeat. This is a subtle twist on number 2. So many of us don't want to love ourselves just the way we are because inside we are thinking about how we should be leaner or taller or more muscular or less muscular or smarter or more attractive or have more money. By accepting what is, we can acknowledge where we are, maybe even throw ourselves a bone and move forward. Acknowledging our weaknesses and flaws does not have to give us cause to beat ourselves up for them. Acceptance is not defeat or denial, but a kind act towards ourselves. Acceptance of what is in the moment means that we are able to make different choices in the next moment. And as an interesting side note, try acceptance with your relationships and watch what happens. 4. Expectations versus goals. This concept can be a tough one. A goal is a specific, defined objective. An expectation is the mental attachment of how you think you want things to go. If you have a goal of doing a bodybuilding show and you want to win, and you step on stage and do the show and don't win, and you feel badly about it, that negative emotion means you have fallen into your expectation, even though you have obtained your goal of doing a show. Many times we have expectations for things that remain wildly outside of our control, and we spend a lot of time in negativity when we can't have our way. I propose a simple solution. Your goal should be this: do your best. Your expectation should be this: do your best. Otherwise, we are asking to beat ourselves up. 5. Gratitude versus taking things for granted. If we are not grateful for all that is in our lives, the layers and layers of abundance, then we are unintentionally taking them for granted. The sure way to know that you are taking something, yourself, another person, or your situation for granted is that you're complaining about it internally or out loud. Complaints are the opposite of thank you. And when we are in that complaining, negative state, we are blind to the many more things we should be grateful for. When you begin to notice or count or catalog the many things you have to be grateful for, the things to complain about seem small and insignificant. And 6, the power of perspective. I used to say that vegetables were the secret weapon we use at Jill Fit, but I've changed my mind. As Albus Dumbledore has said, even the best of us must eat our words. Our most powerful tool is our perspective. Perspective is how we view the world and everything in it, and ourselves. And the best news is that perspective is a choice. We get to decide how we relate to everything, from our uncontrollable thoughts, to our partners and friends, to our bodies and the environment. In fact, you get to decide how you relate to everything. When your perspective is on the more negative side, you see more negativity. If we begin to turn things around to a more positive perspective by using gratitude instead of taking things for granted, doing our best, accepting what is, and taking responsibility for ourselves, life starts to look much more positive. You just listened to the post titled Mind Body 101, 6 Key Concepts by Jillian Teta with JillFit.com. We can all think of 1 or 2 influential people in our lives that have truly changed us for the better. But the question is, have you found that person for your company? Well, now you can, all thanks to Indeed. Indeed is the hiring platform helping over 3 million businesses worldwide to do it all. Don't spend hours on multiple job sites looking for candidates. Over 80% of Indeed employers find quality candidates the moment they sponsor a job. I especially love Indeed's Instant Match feature because candidates you invite to apply through Instant Match are 3 times more likely to apply to your job than candidates who only see it in search, according to US Indeed data. Indeed knows that when you're doing everything for your company, you can't afford to overspend on hiring. Visit Indeed.com/health to start hiring now. Just go to Indeed.com/health. Indeed.com/health. Terms and conditions apply. Cost per application pricing not available for everyone. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
I love driving with Uber because I have access to 24/7 live support, which is really great because I like to drive at night. I like to know I have support in the middle of the night or early in the morning. I can chat with a live agent 24/7. As a female driver, I get it. You need to feel protected. And Uber has our back for sure. Uber, earn like a boss. Sign up to earn today at uber.com/boss.
Dr. Neil here for my commentary. Okay, so today's post ended by talking about the power of perspective. Well, actually, the majority of the post was all about changing our mindsets, right? Do you happen to remember the inspirational quote I shared at the beginning of today's episode? It's okay if you don't, I'll remind you. Quote, "With the new day comes new strength and new thoughts. Eleanor Roosevelt. Now, just because we may have had the same mindset about our health, our condition, really anything for years, doesn't mean our mindset can't change. It can, but it does take a bit of time and effort to change that mindset. It really doesn't happen overnight. As with any of the habits I talk about on this podcast, consistency over time will make it a habit. All right, that'll do it for another edition of Optimal Health Daily. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll be back here tomorrow, so I'll see you there where your optimal life awaits.